This may sound obvious, but different users will come to the same site for different reasons. For instance, most users come to my hiking blog are looking for hikes. But some may only want to see hikes in a specific location, or hikes that meet their desired difficulty, or maybe even both. Enabling my users to find exactly what they're looking for, easily and quickly, is going to give them a better experience. When working with relatively small amounts of data, filtering on the client side is faster than connecting to your server. So today, I'm going to demonstrate how you can use AmpBind to solve complex problems, like filtering data by two optional criteria, all on the client side. In my starter code, I have all my hikes inlined, and I'm using AmpBind to filter by a single criteria, the city. But when I add in the same filtering option for difficulty, things start to get a little weird. And that's because we're overwriting the current state instead of filtering it further. To fix this, I'm going to remove the filtering function from both my selects and instead set two new variables in my state, city, and then difficulty. I'll also update my AmpList SRC binding, since it points to a state we're no longer setting. Instead, I'm going to bind it to an AmpBind expression that filters by both criteria. I'll do so by declaring the state, hikes, specify the items array, and then call the filter function. Inside of that function is where my expression logic goes. AmpBind uses JavaScript-like expressions to reference and manipulate state data. So this might look familiar. This expression goes through each hike item in the array and checks if the city value matches with the state value of city and hikes. And it also checks if the difficulty value matches with the state value for difficulty. And awesome! This sort of works, but only if I select a value for both options. This isn't really good for users who want to see all the hikes from a certain city, or all hikes that meet a specified difficulty. I can fix this by setting a default value of all for hikes.city and .difficulty variables in my amp state element. And then I'll expand my AmpBind expression. I'll wrap my city evaluations in parentheses and add the OR operator. Then set hikes.city to equal all. Then do the same thing for difficulty. So to summarize this expression, it checks all my hikes for ones that match the hikes.city value. If it finds none, it doesn't filter by that criteria, and instead sets hikes.city value to all. It then does the same thing for difficulty. And awesome! This now works for either one filter, both filters, or neither filter. Thanks so much for watching, and let me know what you want to see in future episodes by dropping suggestions in the comments below.